Carry on.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna start off by giving all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Makam,
So what we just said was all praises to Yahweh, that's the Most High, His Son Yahweh Shah, to the world, ignorant label at Jesus Christ. We know His name to be Yahweh Shah, a so-called Negro, and we're gonna start off with the basics because the basics is very essential, and we're just gonna build through that. And the first thing I want to start off with looking up the word respect because it's very important to look at words. The words are really important. So we use the word respect a lot of times. We throw it around using our sentence, but let's find out what it means. So the brother Yashar is going to read it. We're going to break it down, and we're going to build off that.
All right, this is the word respect in the etymon. It's a Latin word. It goes back to the word respectus from the verb respectere, means to look back at.
That's it. Now break it down.
When you break the word down, the word re means back, and spectere or spectere means look at.
To look.
To look.
Yeah. So the word respect, you break it down. You got the word respect, which means to look, and the word re meaning back. So the word respect means to look back. That's it. Like the word respect means to look. Like you watch the game, have a spectator. He observing the game and he's giving his feedback. So you're looking at the game and giving his feedback. That's what respect means. So in this case, respect, break down the word respect, it means to look back. And usually when somebody respect a person or what they're looking back to is events, what that person did. A person did a noble act and you may gain respect. And you're like, well, this guy's a noble person. He's true to this word. He's looking back at his patterns, at his at the things he did. So let's go to.
For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to search of their fathers.
So that's what we're doing. So we respect the men of old. Because scripture said what? That the things that was written before time was written for our what? Our learning. So us respecting our forefathers is us looking back at the righteous men and how when they came across at being tempted, what did they do? They always put the Most High first. That's very essential. Always put the Most High first, and the Most High will take care of you. Nothing comes secondary. The Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, always come first. And get that in the scriptures. It's in Matthew. I forgot how it goes. Read that again for a second.
Job chapter 8, verse 8. For inquire,
first the kingdom.
I pray thee, of the former age.
Now, the former age is the past. Now, when you read the Bible is the history of the past of the Israelites and the obstacles they face and the laws that the Most High gave to the Israelites and the things to come. So we look at the past and we also read in the future, warning our people the things to come. Go ahead.
And prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
Right, and the search of their fathers. So we respecting our fathers, like the account with Job. You see what you read the account with Job and what Job went through. He lost everything. He lost kids. He lost his wife. He was plagued with disease, and he still put the Most High first. Did he get weak at time? Of course, he was in the flesh, but he still put the Most High first, and he kept his faith. So, that's a man that you respect. You look back at his actions and you respect that man. And you look at his patterns and you want to format yourself after these righteous men. Job, Abraham. Look at the account of Abraham. Abraham was known as the friend of the Most High because Abraham has faith. And that's the perfect God you want to format yourself after. Most of all, Yahweh Shah. We format ourselves, our lifestyle after Yahweh Shah. Go ahead, bro. Waiting, man. No, I see you setting it up.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 2 and verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see.
See, spec,
Yeah.
right? It says, look at the generation of old, the past, and see, or to spect. You know, speculate. So, respect. That's what respect means. Right?
It says, did ever any trust in the Lord that was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
Right.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right? Whom have the Most High despised that called upon them? Because you gotta always have that the Most High is going to bless you. You can't have, once you start having doubt is the absence of faith. Now, if you having doubt, that means you're supposed to be in the scriptures more. You should be praying and fasting. You know, asking for more faith. You know, you ask the Lord to increase my faith, increase my spirituality, increase my, you know, whatever you lacking. Give me more strength in this area. And the Most High will give it to you. But you have to pray and fast, you know, and pray every day. Okay?
That was it.
Okay, we'll go back.
Job chapter 8, verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age and
The
prepare.
former age is talking about the past. So we have the scriptures to search out the past of Israel. They give you accounts about the righteous men. They also give you the accounts of the wicked men, and what was their reward for being wicked or not believing in the Most High. So that's the past. Go ahead.
I pray thee of the former age and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
But now we're learning back who we are. We're learning back the name of the Most High. The name of the Most High is Yahweh, his son Yahweh Shah. So we're being taught that because back when we was in the world, we didn't know anything about it. We were living in the flesh. We were living as heathen, as beasts. But now that we taught, we learn about the Lord, what's acceptable to the Most High, what's unacceptable to the Most High. And we learning how to make assessments. So that way, when the time do come, we be found worthy of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. That's what we do. That's what we come out here every week. You know, unless the weather is crazy, it's like it. You know, but even then, if the weather is bad, we still come out. We got together. We put together a show. You know, we do a sit down just to feed the flock. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 78, verse 1. Mishal of Aspa, give ear, O people, to the law, incline your ears to the word of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old.
What are we reading from? All right, go ahead. Read it again. Read it again from the top.
Psalm chapter 78, verse 1.
Just confirming, whose song is that? Is that from David or Asaph? Asaph. Okay. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 78, verse 1. Mishal of Asaph.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes, like,
Pronounce your best ability,
give ear, O people, to my law. Incline your ears to the word of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old.
So now in this song is prophesizing of Yahweh Shah. Because when Yahweh Shah spoke in parable. So when because it wasn't open to all Israel, it was only open unto the elect of Israel to understand the word of the Lord. So even today, the word is not open to everyone. That's why you got Israelites that go to the Roman Catholic Church, open up the Bible. They go to the Baptist Church, they open up the Bible. And what happened? They read the scriptures, but everything is cryptic. And it doesn't make sense to them because they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, and it wasn't open. The understanding wasn't open unto them. But the Most High had made it uncrypted unto the elect. Okay.
Verse 3, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us. Verse 4, we will not hide them from the children, showing to the generation to come the praise of the Lord and his strength and his wonderful works
the most of all, this is a prophecy of Yahweh Shah coming. That's how they knew that Yahweh Shah was the Messiah, because he had to fulfill certain prophecies. Like one of the prophecies was that he had to come out of the lineage of David. You know, not just any David's son. He had to come out of the royal line of David, because David had multiple sons. You know, he had Adonijah, he had Absalom. Thank you. He had multiple sons, but all of David's sons was not of the royal line. So the prophecy had to come out of the throne of David, meaning of the royal line. And he had to be born in the city of David, in Bethlehem. So that was the prophecy. And he was born in Bethlehem. But then the angel came to Joseph to take him and the Shalom, take him and Mary, Shalom, to Egypt, because Herod was killing all the firstborn, trying to get rid of the Messiah. So he had to go to Egypt for a time being. But then he came back. And I believe he dwelled in Galilee, if I'm not mistaken. That.
Psalm chapter 78, verse 4. We will not hide.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit. This got to be God. Like, pay the camera on that. Come on, cameraman. Say it loud. Say it loud. Look, this people of the Most High. It can't be the people of the Most High. Right? Look at this. Oh man, you guys, don't hurt their eyes, man. We don't want to break the lens of the camera. But you know, these supposed to be the people of the Most High. You know, they don't have the spirit of the Most High. That's one, and they don't got the spirit of Israel. You know, like show me in scripture that Israel had a dead spirit. You know, Israel was a lively people. That's why like, all the greats come out of Israel. The best basketball player, the best NFL players, all Israelites, the best dancers, the best singers, you name it, and all Israelites. Now, if a cracker come out of that just means that person could be Israelite. It's simple. And you got a lot of so-called white people that could be Jakes. A lot of the time, they don't like even hanging around crap. They always will be around Jake. Mm-hmm. You know, like a Larry Bird. Larry Bird's a Jake. Right? You know, that's a Jake. That's a light-skinned nigga. To make it, you know, more understandable. That I take a tea. You know I'm like that.
Psalm chapter 78, verse 4. We will not hide them from their children, showing to the generation to come the praise of the Lord and his strength and his wonderful works that he hath done. Verse 5, for he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children.
Mm-hmm. That's going back to the word look back. And the reason we start off the word respect and looking back, because the truth start off with, you know, looking back at going back to basic scriptures. You know, you learn about Abraham, you learn about Isaac, you learn about Jacob. You know, Jacob was the patriarch of the 12. And Jacob's name was changed to Israel. And that's who we are. We're the Israelites. We're the chosen. The Most High created 18 nations, but of the 18, he chose Israel unto himself to be a special people.
Verse 6, that the generation to come might know them, even to the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children. So, yeah, we got to pass down this word onto our offspring.
Yeah,
you know, so they can.
Read it again. Read it again.
Psalm chapter 78, verse 6, that the generation to come might know them, even to the children which should be born.
Yeah, like even when you read the law, the scriptures say unto generation to generation, meaning generation to come, the law is always going to be established. So no matter what generation that comes, it's supposed to be passed down. They're supposed to learn about Yahweh, by Hashem Shah in the law. You know, but what happened was you had generations that came they rebelled against the Most High, and the Most High punished. He punished them. It really punished all Israel because he was punished as a whole. And that's one of the reasons why we're in America today, to receive a punishment, you know? Because when Israel got punished, the wicked of Israel and the righteous were all punished together. But same thing with Edom. Edom going to get punished together. So that's why you read in Deuteronomy, the curse that was going to fall upon Israel. That includes the prophets and all the righteous of Israel. They all got punished as a people. Is there more?
Let me finish up the last verse.
Right.
Even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children.
I got something. You talking about the passing down generation? This is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 24 and 23. All these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High power. Even the law which Moses commanded for a heritage unto the congregations of Jacob.
So just like, read it again.
This is Sirach 24 and 23. All these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High power.
Now, covenant is an agreement. Okay?
It says even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage.
Now, so a heritage is something that you inherit, something that's passed down. So the law became a heritage. So it was always supposed to be passed down from generation to generation. They're supposed to be taught the law. Okay?
It says unto the congregations of Jacob.
To the congregation of Jacob. Jacob's talking about Israel. Oh, so all Israel is supposed to know the law. And that's what we out here. We out here teach the law, but we understand that all Israel is not gonna accept it. That's why we only out here teach the elect. If they're not the elect, we ain't worried about them. Because you can't force the hand of the Most High. Because the reason why a person could receive this and understand it is because they're of their elect. The Most High got to open up your mind to receive it, understand it, and give you the faith. If the Most High doesn't do it, you're always going to question everything. You're always going to doubt everything because the Spirit not dealing with you. So what we're dealing with is a spiritual thing. Just us coming out here, the Most High had to put Spirit on us to come out here. We're not doing it on our own. The Spirit of the Lord is upon us. Right?
Another one.
Yeah, bring it up.
Psalms 147, to back that scripture. 147 and 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them.
As for his judgment, they have not known them. You know, because the law is only given to Israel, and he only dealing with Israel. And that's never changed. Most High didn't, as we get to the New Testament, to change his mind. Now the heathen can receive salvation. That's not like the Gentiles that speaks about receiving salvation. All Israelites. There's Israelites that and different settlements that set up settlements in the land of the heathen. But it was still Israelites. Some of them knew they was Israelites. Then you had a larger community of them that didn't know they were Israelites. You know, you had Israelites in Asia Minor, which is modern day Turkey. Some of them knew they were Israelites, some of them didn't. You had Israelites in Libya. Some knew they were Israelites, some of them didn't. You had Israelites in northern Egypt, which is Alexandria, Egypt. Some knew, some didn't know. You had Israelites in Greece. You know, some knew that some didn't, like the Corinth. Corinth was in what? In Greece. And that wasn't in Israel. So you had Israelites being, now you had Israelite churches in Corinth, because that's what Paul, wrote to the Israelite churches in Corinth. But like even for Paul, you had Israelites didn't know, but then you had some that didn't know. So they had to be retaught. Philippians. Philippia, if I'm saying correctly, that's in Greece. Go ahead. You got something?
Yeah. I'll get this one first. This is Isaiah 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros.
Read it again.
This is Isaiah 11:11. And then it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left.
The Most High people, Israel. Go ahead.
It says, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt.
And it started with Cornelius. Cornelius was he was in Sisera. Sisera was known as a garrison city. So he was a soldier for the Roman army. But you had a lot of Israelites in the Roman army. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros.
It says Syria. Okay, yeah. Okay. So that's in Mesopotamia.
It says, and from...
Well, you got Mesopotamia, or they call it the Fertile Crescent. So you had Israelites over there. Go ahead.
It says, from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros.
That's North Africa.
And
you had Israelites in Africa. During the time of Yahweh Shah, during the time of Paul, you had Israelites over there. Go ahead.
It says, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
It says that even the islands of the sea, you had Israelites in the island of the Mediterranean. I believe you had Crete.
Oh yeah.
That's in the islands of the Mediterranean. You had Israelites over there too, and other islands, not just in the Mediterranean Sea. You had Israelites everywhere, different islands. Just Israel was scattered throughout the whole world.
I got something else real quick.
Okay.
This is Acts 2 and verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Every nation under heaven. So you had, like the other Apostle Paul always going to the Scythians, those Israelites. That's more farther north. You had Israelites up in at the town known as Cynthia, and which is now the areas of Russia. Yeah, Israelites over there. Go ahead.
That was it.
Out of every nation.
Yeah, out of I'm gonna read it again. Acts 2 and 5. And they were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Out of every nation under heaven. And I remember the Apostle Paul, he broke it down. He had he broke down the word. You go into the Greek word. For Helen, you had the word Helen and Hellenista. Helen was the Israelites that so you got Hellenista and Helen. Now, the word Helen means Israelites that didn't know they were Israelites, but they adopted the Greek culture. And you had Hellenista Israelites that knew they were Israelites, because anybody can be Hellenized. Because when the Greek came to power, they call that period the Hellenization. And if you was Hellenized, it don't matter what you was. You could have been a cracker from whatever, somewhere further down in Gaul. That had to be Hellenized. Mesopotamia, that had to be Hellenized. Like Egypt was Hellenized. And at that time you had Hamites, they got Hellenized, and you had the Ptolemies went into Egypt. So Hellenization just means to teach Greek ideas, Greek culture, believe in the Greek gods. Then you have Hellenista, the Israelites that was there, and they was in Greece, but they knew they was Israelites. Like the count with Timothy. Timothy, his mother, she knew she was Israelites, but his father, Timothy's father, was just a regular Greek. He was an Israelite, but he was more into the Greek culture, even though he was an Israelite. Got that one? Got
Acts chapter 10, verse 1. There was a certain man of Sisera called Cornelius.
Now, what's Cicero? Somebody look up Cicero. Because we're going to find out Cicero was considered, it was a garrison city that Rome. Go ahead. So you got a lot of Israelites in the Roman army. But it said Cornelius was a just man. Type in Cicero garrison city. See what.
This one is
Take
in
it.
Israel.
Read that.
This one.
Yeah, that's it. That's in Israel.
Oh, it's in Israel.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, like,
That's in Israel.
okay. So,
Type in garrison city. Read it.
Acts chapter 10, verse 1. There was a certain man in Sisera called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian Band. Verse 2. A devout man and one that feared Yahweh with all his house, who gave much alms to the people and prayed to Yahweh always. Verse 3. He saw in a vision evidently about the ninth hour of the day an angel of Yahweh coming.
I found it. Good.
Angel of Yahweh coming into him and saying unto him, Cornelius. Verse 4. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thine alms are come up for a memorial before Yahweh. Verse 5.
Break it down.
Verse 5. And now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter.
who's on?
Verse 6. He lodged with one Simon and tanner, whose house is by the seaside. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do. Verse 7. And when the angel which spake unto Cornelius was departed, he called two of his household servants and a devout soldier of them.
So that's the angel speaking to Cornelius, and they said he was a devout man, right? So that alone shows you that's a sign that's not Esau, all right? Devout man. Look up the word devout, you know, just to break that down, because you got cats that say, oh, Cornelius was a Edomite because he was an Italian band. That's like saying fucking Jake is a Edomite because he worked for the NYPD or something, or he's in Esau's army, you know? Go ahead.
Devout definition: having or showing deep religious feeling or commitment.
Come on, Esau. Scriptures tell you about Esau. He's estranged from the womb. It ain't no truth in him. All right, read that again, Bible Michelle.
Devout, having or showing deep religious feeling or commitment.
Yeah, so he had a pure heart towards the Most High. He said he prayed. You know, he was a just man. All right, those are all attributes of a Jake. You know, of an Israelite. Go ahead.
Go back to this.
Yeah.
Acts chapter 10, verse 6. He lodged with one Simon a tanner, whose house is by the seaside. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do. Verse 7. And when the angel which spake unto Cornelius was departed, he called to his household servants and a devout soldier of them that waited on him continually.
Yep.
Verse
So
8.
he had men under him. You know, he was in the leadership position. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And when he had declared all things unto them, he sent them to Joppa. Verse 9. On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour.
Go ahead.
Verse 10.
I got you.
And and he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. And he saw heaven open and a certain vessel descending upon him, and it. as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners and let down to the earth. Verse 12, wherein were all manner of.
So this is the vision that Peter had received, and this vision. So this, this is the account when Cornelius woke up, and he sent his men close to Peter. Okay.
Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth and wild beasts and creeping things and fowls of the air.
That represents, Israel being an unclean state. Okay.
Verse 13, and there came a voice to him, rise.
Starting with Cornelius. Okay.
And there came a voice to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat. Verse 14, but Peter said, not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. And the voice spake unto him again the second time, what Yahweh hath cleansed, that call not thou common. Verse 16.
Read a little bit from that.
All right,
Cicero.
this is Cicero. It says ruins of Cicero, ancient port and administrative city of Palestine of the Mediterranean coast of present-day Israel, south of Haifa. It is often referred to as Cicero Palestina or Cicero Maritima to distinguish it from Cicero Philippi near the headquarters of the Jordan River, originally an ancient Phoenician settlement known as Stratons.
The Phoenicians. So we were talking about Hellenization. Bring it in. So the word Phoenician is an actual term that the Greeks gave to the Canaanites. So Phoenician is actually a Greek term. Okay.
It says, one minute. It says near the headquarters of the Jordan River, originally an ancient Phoenician settlement known as Stratos Tower. It was rebuilt and enlarged in 22 through 10 BCE by Herod the Great, king of Judea, under the Romans, and renamed for his.
Said, read that again. Read it slow. It was built through Herod the Great through the Romans.
Right.
Okay.
It said it was rebuilt. It was rebuilt and enlarged.
I always hear Apostle Hart go into it that Herod had an army too, and the Romans set up the lines of the Herod. Go ahead.
It says by Herod the Great, king of Judea, under the Romans, and renamed for his patron, the Emperor Caesar Augustus. It served as a port for Herod's newly built city at Sebastes.
Because at that time, you had the lineage of Herod in power. So during the time of Yahushua, or when Yahushua was born, Herod knew that Yahushua was the Messiah. Matter of fact, get that in the account when Herod sent out the wise men. Go ahead. Read that part again.
It says it was
Because Herod was a transplant on the throne. He didn't descend out of the lineage of David, so he didn't belong there. And plus, he wasn't an Israelite. He was an Edomite out of the lineage of Antipas. Okay.
What you want me to read again? It was rebuilt and enlarged.
About Herod.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna read
it says. So yeah, go ahead, read.
All right, back at originally an ancient Phoenician settlement known as Stratton.
The Phoenicians was who? Canaanites, African. So the Phoenician city was known for the trade in the maritime, for the Mediterranean maritime trade.
It says it was.
They told you that it was taken over. They were taken over by the Romans.
It says it was rebuilt and enlarged in 22 through 10 BCE by Herod the Great, king of Judea.
So it was taken over and rebuilt by Herod
under the Romans.
Under the Romans. So under the Roman jurisdiction.
And renamed for his patron, the Emperor Caesar Augustus, it served as a port for Herod's newly built city at Sebaste, the ancient Samaria of central Palestine. Caesarea had an artificial harbor of large concrete blocks
Go ahead.
and typically Hellenistic Roman public buildings.
Go ahead.
An aqueduct brought water from the springs located under 10 miles.
Keep going.
Okay, Cicero served as a base for the Herodian Navy.
So Cicero served as a base, right? Read it again. Cicero served as a base for the Herodian Navy.
Yep.
Good.
Cicero served as a base for the Herodian Navy, which operated in the aid of the Romans as far as the Black Sea.
So that's why you had garrisons there. And who was in part of that garrison? Cornelius, who was an Israelite.
Yeah, Jason.
He had Jason in the Roman army. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 2, verse 1. Now, when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of
So Yahushua was born where? In Bethlehem. Now, the prophecy of Yahushua was that Yahushua had to come out the lineage of who? David. But not now. Let's say Yahushua came out the lineage of David, but they say he came out the lineage of Absalom. Would that be the Messiah? No, because Absalom is of the lineage of David, but it was of the royal line. Same thing with Adonijah. So let's say Yahushua came out the lineage of Adonijah. That would not be the Messiah. He had to come out the lineage of David, but through the royal line. He had to come directly out of Solomon, King Solomon line. You know, in Matthew, get Isaiah 9. You can start at 5. Because that had to be, see, prophecy is very clear. There's no loopholes in prophecy. And there's no loopholes in the word of the Most High. Hold that, get Isaiah 9. Don't lose that. Get Isaiah 9 and 5.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Now, this is the prophet Isaiah speaking, because he's seen the destruction of America in the vision. So he described it. And when he described his vision, he's like, wait a minute. The way wars are fought in this time and wars that I see in my vision, he's seen this distinguishment. That's what he said. But this war or this battle is going to be fought with
burning and fuel of fire.
So he's making a distinguish with wars in his time and the wars to come. The nuclear war. Because that was never heard of. You know? So Isaiah seen it in the vision. Go ahead.
Verse 6. For unto us a
Go ahead.
us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his
The
shoulder.
government is represented towards the kingdom. Go ahead.
And his name.
So they understood this 2,000 years ago. That's why they thought that the kingdom was going to be established 2,000 years ago. Because Yahushua came on the scene, so they figured at that time the kingdom was going to be established. But they didn't understand that prophecy still had to carry out before Yahushua set up his kingdom. Go ahead.
And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father.
Now, why Yahushua is known as the counselor? Because Yahushua is the mediator. You take this one. So read it again. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. And his name shall be called Wonderful,
I can't remember.
Counselor, Mighty Power, Everlasting Father.
So you read about counselor, meaning the mediator, you know. So Yahushua is the mediator, meaning he's the in-between God, you know, between us and the Most High. So that's the counselor. Okay.
The Mighty Power, Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Now, the reason why Yahushua is known as the Prince of Peace, because through Yahushua's blood, he brought peace with Israel and the Most High by making atonement through his blood. Go ahead.
Verse 7, of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end.
That's talking about Yahweh Shah kingdom, meaning it's not gonna ever end. It can be forever. God.
Upon the throne of David.
Upon the throne of who? David.
David.
So the only ones that sat on the throne was who? David's sons. So for him, for a king to sit on the throne, he had to be of the sons of David. He had to be of the lineage of David. But not just any son, it had to be of the royal line. Who sat on the throne after David was Solomon. Now Adonijah tried to get on that seat, but it wasn't set for him. You know, Solomon ended up coming, he's the rightful heir. And then from Solomon on down was the heir of the royal line. So when you read Matthew the 1st chapter, the reason why the genealogies in Matthew the 1st chapter, because it's showing you that Yahweh Shah came directly from the lineage of David. Okay? From the royal line. Okay.
Isaiah 9 verse 7, of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his
kingdom. Upon the throne. So the only one that can sit on the throne is the lineage of David of the royal line. So now, if you're of the lineage of Absalom, you're the lineage of David, but you're not of the royal line. So that's why Herod was afraid, because Yahweh Shah was of the rightful heir. God.
And upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice for henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform them.
There you go. So another thing that Yahweh Shah had to be born in Bethlehem. Where's Bethlehem? Bethlehem, the city of David. You know, so they knew that the Messiah was going to come out the city of David. But go ahead, read it. I let the scriptures go.
Real quick. 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 11. It says,
say it again?
2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom.
Right.
He shall build a house for my name.
That was Solomon. Mm-hmm. Right.
It says, and I will establish.
Why David couldn't do it? Because David had too much blood on his hands. Yeah. So Solomon was set up to build the temple to the Most High. Yeah.
It says, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men.
Read that again.
It says, and he shall build.
It's like, read it again.
It says, he shall build an house for my name.
That was Solomon.
And I will establish the throne of his kingdom
now,
forever.
Get the account with Solomon, how Solomon died. Go ahead.
It says, I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men.
So we know they're talking about Solomon, right? Go ahead.
It says, and with the stripes of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. And thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak unto David.
So there you go. So, like, I'm trying to. You found that scripture?
Yeah.
Okay. So it says, if he commit iniquity, they're gonna be stripping amongst many men. I see it. No problem.
Chastised with the
read it. I want to quote it.
On 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 14. I will be his father, and he shall be my son.
And Yahweh, that's why one of the reasons Yahweh shall consider the son of the Most High. Because it really goes deeper than that. We're gonna break it down one fold, but you know, the Most High is really dealing with Yahweh Shah, but if you go further into it, Yahweh Shah going back to the beginning with the first created spirit. So making him the son of the Most High. Just like you go to the law, you just say our first son belongs to the Most High. So Yahweh Shah is the first created son, first created spirit that makes him the son of the Most High. Go ahead.
It says, if he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men.
So I will chasten him with the rod of men, right? Right.
and with the stripes of the children of men. But
So that was supposed to happen if he committed iniquity, going to Solomon. But now did Solomon commit iniquity? We're gonna find out. But did Solomon receive the chastisement, and they did what the scriptures say? We're gonna read it. Go ahead.
You want when he
Solomon had strange wives.
Okay.
And then
Strange
I
wives,
believe
all
it
right.
goes into the depth.
All right. This is 1 Kings 11 and verse 1. And it reads, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart.
See, the sin wasn't Solomon having strange wives. It was him. You know, he ended up started loving them, and he started serving their gods. That became the sin, worshiping their gods. Right?
I'm gonna jump down.
And you wasn't supposed to marry them. You was allowed to set them up as concubines, but you wasn't supposed to marry. Now, somebody may ask, what's the difference between a concubine and a wife? Well, when you had a wife, you and her family became one. With a concubine, there was no inheritance to you and her family. You just popped her. That was technically still your wife, because nobody else could pop her. But there was you wasn't becoming one with her.
It says, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart was not perfect with Yahweh, his power, as the heart of David his father. But Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Sidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build a high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab.
He built a place of worship for these gods. Right?
It says the abomination of Moab and the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon.
Go ahead.
And likewise did he
Solomon.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and likewise did he for Slaki, and likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrifice unto their gods. And the Lord Yahweh was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from the Lord power of Israel, which he had appeared unto him twice. And he commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded.
Keep going.
Wherefore the Lord Yahweh said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. Notwithstanding, in thy days I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of thy hand of thy son. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was one of the king's seed. He was of the king's seed in Edom. For it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Joab the captain of the host was going up to bury the slain, after he had smitten every male in Edom. For 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom. Keep going.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to
God.
how many verses is it?
Yeah.
Well, you read it, you gotta read it. So the way Solomon died,
I'm gonna go to that.
okay.
All right. This is verse 42. And at that time, Solomon reigned in Jerusalem over all Israel was 40 years. And Solomon slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David, and his father and Rehoboam and his son reigned instead.
This account of things that happened.
Right.
Now, it happened when Solomon came back as Yahweh Shah. And read that again. Now, the stripes of men happened when Yahweh Shah was whipped. He actually got whipped. And being put the crown of thorns on his head. That happened when he came back as Yahweh Shah.
This is 2 Samuel 7:14. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul.
And that happened when he came as Yahweh Shah.
It says, whom I put away before thee, and thy house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. According to all these words and
Now,
according to all
Solomon died, and his throne was established forever. All this happened, all is going to happen with Yahweh Shah. Okay, go ahead.
This is Hebrews 7 and verse 26, the point of the 27. But such an high priest became us, who was holy, harmless, and talking about Yahweh Shah, undefiled, separate from sinners, and made higher than the heavens, who needed not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sins, and then for the people's. For this he did once when he offered up himself.
Yeah, so Yahweh Shah had to pay for his sins when he was Solomon, Adam, and his other past, like going back to the actual law, when the priest made an atonement for Israel. The priest actually had to make an atonement for himself, and then he'll make an atonement for the people. Now, the way Yahweh Shah made an atonement for the people was actually through his blood. And that was an acceptable sacrifice unto the Most High, because the Most High was not accepting anything else or anything less.
Last verse for the law.
So in that case, Yahweh Shah was that high priest. You know, when he went on the cross and sacrificed his body for Israel, shedding his blood. Right.
It says, for the law maketh men high priests which have infirmity, but the word of the oath, which was since the law, maketh the Son who was consecrated forevermore. That was it.
This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was
the Ancient of Days is the Most High. Now, reading in the English is kind of hard to see it, but the Ancient of Days means before time, because the Most High was before time. The Most High created time. You know, the way you measure time, the Most High created that, because the Most High existed before time itself. Go ahead.
It says, there was given him dominion.
You know, people try to figure out the Most High, like, well, if the Most High created the Most High, who created the Most High? So what are you doing all that time? See, you thinking like that, you're gonna go crazy, because you're trying to figure out the Most High's realm is not like on Earth, and you can't understand eternity because you barely can understand things here.
Right.
You know, you barely. Motherfuckers get cancer, can't figure that out. You gonna figure out the Most High? You can't figure out. Niggas can't figure out their diabetes, but you trying to figure out the Most High.
And there was given him dominion and glory in the kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion.
That's talking about Yahweh Shah. His dominion is an everlasting dominion,
which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
And when Yahweh Shah returns, Yahweh Shah kingdom is going to be everlasting. And it's going to say that they're lucky joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. Heirs mean inheritance. So whatever Yahweh Shah inherits, we're going to inherit as well. But, you know, of course, Yahweh Shah is going to receive a greater inheritance. You got the Sakari talking about, yeah, man, we look at him as our big brother. We don't worship him. Man, shut the fuck up, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead. You're supposed to worship Yahweh Shah. Right. You know, the Most High, he had put all things underneath Yahweh Shah, and he placed Yahweh Shah underneath himself. Keep it down, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got something else.
Go ahead. Bring it up.
This is
keep them coming.
Psalms chapter 72, verse 1. A song for Solomon, Give the king thy judgments, O Yahweh, and thy righteousness unto the king's son. He shall judge thy people with righteousness, and thy poor with judgment. The mountains shall bring peace to the people, and the little hills by righteousness. He shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy, and shall break in pieces the oppressor. They shall fear thee as long as the sun and moon endure throughout all generations.
The oppressor is the other nations. And they say Yahweh is going to bring about righteousness. Now, the word righteousness just simply means to do that which is right. You know? So how do we know what's right and where is right and wrong found? In the scriptures. That's why the Lord gave us the laws. So we can know right and wrong. So we can do that which is right. When you get on the job, they give you orientation. They tell you what to do on it, what's accepted and what's unaccepted on the job. So the Most High gave the law, showed us what's accepted and what's unaccepted. Right.
It says, he shall come down like rain upon the mown grass, as showers that water the earth. In his days shall the righteous flourish, in abundance of peace so long as the moon endureth. He shall have dominion also from sea to sea, and from river unto the ends of the earth. They that dwell in the wilderness shall bow before him, and his enemies shall lick the dust. The kings of Tarshish.
Enemies of other nations. So, meaning they're going to bow down and they're going to be beneath us. Right.
It says, the kings of Tarshish and of the isles shall bring presents. The kings of Sheba and Seba shall offer gifts. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him. For he shall deliver the needy when he crieth, the poor also, and him that hath no helper. He shall spare the poor and needy, and shall save the souls of the needy. He shall redeem their soul from deceit and violence, and precious shall their blood be in his sight. And he shall live, and to him shall be given of the gold of Sheba. Prayer also shall be made for him continually, and daily shall he be praised. It says, there shall be a handful of...
So we only got like 4 minutes left, so we got to bring out the Christians real fast. We got to bring out precepts, not chapters.
I got something, brother.
Go.
This is Luke 19 and 27. But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
You got it.
Yeah, that's the Lord speaking. So those that don't want to reign, that don't want Yahweh Shah to reign over them, the Lord gonna have swift judgment on them in the upcoming kingdom. All right? Because the Lord, go ahead, bro.
Now finish the statement.
Yeah, because the Lord is coming to conquer. All right. It said on his head is many crowns. So the Lord is coming to cast down these nations. All right, and establish Israel as the chosen nation once again. That's what the disciples asked the Lord. Is that at this time are you going to restore the kingdom? They asked him that 2,000 years ago. Like the brother said earlier, they didn't know it had to be a falling away and prophecies had to be fulfilled. You know?
Got it. I'll bring out verse 9.
Go ahead.
Bring it out.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 9, it says, wherefore Yahweh also have highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name.
The hymn is talking about Yahweh Shah. And it said, the Most High Yahweh exalted Yahweh Shah has given him a name exalted above all names. Go ahead.
That at the name of Yahweh Shai, every knee shall bow.
In the name of Yahweh Shah, every knee shall bow. Right? That's about everything. Everything created is supposed to bow underneath Yahweh Shah. But the Most High had put Yahweh Shah underneath himself. And everything underneath Yahweh Shah. Right?
Of things in heaven and things in earth.
The things in heaven, what are things in heaven? Demons, angels. So they was all placed underneath Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
And things under the earth.
And things under the earth. Are we not under the earth? So we underneath Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
And that every tongue shall confess that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is Lord.
And every tongue should confess that Yahweh Shah is Lord. So Yahweh Shah is Lord of all. You know? So because now we belong to Yahweh Shah because Yahweh Shah purchased us through his blood. So now we Yahweh Shah prophecy. I mean, a property, not property. Property. So we all belong to Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
To the glory of Yahweh the Father.
I guess we got that. I guess we close with that side? We close with that.
Revelations 5 and 12.
Bring it up.
Saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb.
The lamb is Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah is also considered as the Passover. Now, the Passover is represented towards the lamb that is slain for the Passover, and that is Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and
That
honor
power came from the Most High. Go ahead.
and honor
And honor. Go ahead.
and glory
Go ahead.
and blessings and every creature which is in heaven and on the earth and
That's
under
in
the earth.
heaven, that's in the earth, and underneath the earth. Go ahead. That's so underneath the earth. It's referencing towards the creatures underneath the soil, underneath the waters, or reverence Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
And such as are in the sea
Go ahead.
and all that are in them. Heard I saying, blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne and unto the Lamb forever.
Hello. Hey, so that's it, man. With that, Lord willing, this video was edifying. We're gonna say Kohalayim
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
Lord willing, next week, Shalom.
Shalom.